The Wolverine volleyball team arrived in Berkeley, California on Wednesday ahead of their Sweet 16 matchup with Michigan State. These two teams met twice during the regular season, with the Spartans beating the Wolverines back on October 17th at Keene Arena, with the Wolverines returning the favor in East Lansing, sweeping MSU just a couple of weeks ago. Now, although these two teams are both 2,300 miles away from home, the winner will be one step closer to a trip to the Final Four.
Exciting that we're playing a team we're familiar with. I think that actually adds kind of a nice twist to it. They're a very, very good team. We have a lot of respect for them, and I think it should be a great match. So I think it should be a fun matchup. Strange we have to come all the way out here to do it, but at the same time, that's the way the brackets fell. But I think they feel the same way. I think both teams are excited to play each other and obviously work to advance.
Mark, is there kind of an advantage or disadvantage to playing a team that you're so familiar with? Do you have a preference?
Well, again, I think it washes it out because they have the same disadvantages and the same advantages. I think that the nice thing about it is that, and I saw Russ Rose made this comment too about the fact that Purdue's playing Minnesota, is that it actually allows you to focus more on just getting rest and getting healthy and not having to do stuff in the gym to prepare for the other team because you've already played them. So I think there is an advantage for all of us, who are in that situation. Certainly scouting was a lot easier this week because we had a lot of background information going into it and still put together a good scouting plan and scouting report, but it just was a lot less effort and focus on that. We could focus on other things. So I think there's an advantage to it. I think that it's. I think the cool thing about it, as Claire said, being on a neutral floor, is it really will just come down to who plays best. There's the outside influences all go away, the rivalry influences go away. It just comes down to now who's going to play the best volleyball. And I think there's a very good chance that both teams will play great volleyball, and if so, it's going to be a great match. Which at this point in the season, that's kind of what we'd all expect and hope for.
First time you played him this year, Toon had 0 kills. Second time you played him, she had 16, and really the last 6 weeks of the season, she's kind of taken off. Talk about kind of what she's meant and what that's meant to what you're trying to do out there to have someone stepping up and on the outside opposite Lexi.
Well, I think with my math, would tell me we expect 32 kills this week. Then, so it'd be perfect. No pressure. Yeah, and she's been a huge catalyst for us as we've advanced in the last month and a half with our team. Is a lot of it's a lot of factors, but I think one of them has been her just really becoming merging with her game and just building the confidence around her. And part of that's just being able to leave our lineup alone. We haven't had to change our lineup around, where early in the year we were moving our lineup around a lot. And so I think once we were able to stabilize that, it really did help the competitive level raise.
Lexi Danny Miller now in her sophomore year, maybe not getting as much attention this year as she had last year because she was a freshman thrown into it. Talk about how she's been this year and how she's grown.
Yeah, I think she's been undervalued maybe everywhere except in our gym. We all know how valuable she is and what she does for our program. And she's a great setter who I think puts our hitters in great positions, is doing an excellent job of running our offense and really maximizing our hitters. They get a lot of credit, which is appropriate. They're doing a great job, but I think she sometimes maybe gets less credit than she should for putting us in that position. So I'm really happy with how she's playing, and she's not a real, we've known this all along with her. She's not a real verbal, outgoing, fiery player, and so I think sometimes people just kind of don't notice her. But believe me, when we know how important she is, and we notice what she's doing.
Lexi, at this point, you guys are kind of considered a young team because Claire is the only senior. Do you feel like you're a veteran team though, because you guys were at this point last year, and if you guys, all the juniors have played a ton on this team. The freshmen have even played a lot. Do you guys feel like you're a pretty veteran team at this point?
Yeah, at this point, definitely. I think last spring helped a whole lot. Just the core group of players, we kind of formed a really good base for this coming season, and I think Lisa said it after last weekend is a lot of the freshmen had to make some key plays at key moments in the NCAA tournament, so I think that's kind of a way of them growing up. So I feel very veteran.
Speaking of veterans, Claire, just kind of talk about how much fun the team is having at this point. Obviously, this is what you guys work towards, is to be at this spot, and how much the team is enjoying this ride up to this point.
Yeah, well, I think if you watch us at any game and everyone's like laughing, joking around, and this is the most fun team I've been on really, and we know how to take care of business. There's a balance, taking care of business and still having fun, and that's all we really can do at this point. We're in the Sweet 16, and why not enjoy it every day, every point, every match, and I don't have much of a career left after this, so why not enjoy it?
The Wolverines get the Spartans at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. If the Maize and Blue are victorious, they'll get the winner of Iowa State and Stanford. That match is at 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, and the winner of that match goes to the Final Four in Louisville next weekend. We'll have complete coverage and highlights of the Wolverines all weekend here in Berkeley, California. I'm Anthony Polidano with the volleyball team for mgoblue.com.